you're watching a Dyer-Situation. Today I'm seeing Big Hero 6, which is a really stupid title. And yes, I know it's a Disney movie, it's probably gonna be okay anyway, but what the fuck is up with the title? Big Hero 6. You know what I think when I hear the name Big Hero 6? I think, oh god, Lego is ripping off Bionicles again. Like, if you don't know, they made Bionicles, and then they made Hero Factory, which is basically the same thing, except somehow stupider. So when I hear, like, the Big Hero 6, I'm like, okay, are they doing it again? Especially since Bionicles usually came in a set of six different characters. So, what? But then I see the trailer, and it's like, starring some doughy robot and a kid, and there's a cop in there and stuff. I'm like, okay, this doesn't look like that. So what the fuck's up with the dumb title? Like, is it really meaning Big Hero number 6? Okay then. But just judging from the trailer and stuff, I thought he was like a robot to help, like, clinically depressed kids or something, and he's supposed to be like a big, lovable guy. Wouldn't they call him Big Buddy or Big Friend? Why Big Hero? Because, like, when I think hero, I think like a fireman or a military guy. I don't think a big squishy friend. Or do they mean, like, when they suit him up in that armor that they're showing, then he becomes the Big Hero 6? Like, so he made 6 of them? I thought the trailer said he made, like, 70 or something before he got it right. Wouldn't he be Big Hero 70? What the fuck's up with your dumb title? I really hope they explain that. I really do, because that's the only hang-up I have with this, is because I hear the name Big Hero 6 and I immediately think dumb. I don't see a trailer or anything, it's just my automatic reaction is that sounds dumb. So I don't know what the fuck is up with that. But that's pretty much the only hang-up I have over this, really. That and just judging from the trailers, once again, these trailers are misleading, so I don't know how much that says. It looks almost like those characters are giving across a Meet the Robinsons kind of feel to me. You know, the one where they don't quite seem like people. They seem like weird, cartoony people? I know it's a cartoon, but, like, not in a good way. Hard to explain. But yeah, here's hoping it's not like that. See you after the movie's over. Okay, so pretty interesting. I started off this year by watching a movie, Dumb and Dumber 2, that could have been really bad, had potential to be really bad, but turned out really nice. And today I've seen a movie that had potential to turn out really nice, and it turned out really bad. Very bad. Well, not very bad, but bad. How do I describe this? This movie is basically a few good ideas, a few good character designs, and a whole lot of annoyances. So, the essential plot of this movie, being spoiler-free, of course, even though this movie is easier to predict than the Jim Carrey comedy movie I just watched, but, so the basic premise is that there's this young dipshit inventor, who has no direction in his life, and then he gets direction, and then he loses his direction tragically, and then this big puffy white guy called Betamax helps him out. Oh, and I found out the name. Apparently it's called Big Hero 6 because it involves 6 heroes that they have later on in the movie. Why are they called Big Hero 6? I don't know. I guess it's supposed to be a play on the words because the main character's name is Hiro, like the Japanese name Hiro, although that's spelled differently than, like, superhero, but whatever. They came up with some random reason. Oh, and yes, he does have a Japanese name because apparently they live in Japan that is filled entirely with Americans. They make up for this by making the name of the city, not even joking here, San Francisco. That's the name of their city. They somehow have a stupider name than Big Hero 6. I don't know how that's possible. But as far as I can see, it's just an excuse to make everything look like Japan stuff, like in the background and in some of the stuff they're doing. But they don't have to get any Japanese people. It's weird considering that the team of heroes that are with him, heroes, team of dorks I would call them, that are with him are all like multinational people, but none of them are Japanese. As far as I can tell. One of them the leader has a Japanese name, but he doesn't look or sound Japanese. I don't get it. I don't understand this name. Why call it Big Hero 6? Why not call it Betamax? He was the best part of the movie by far because, I don't know, he was a simple guy. He was a simple guy with a good heart. I like those kinds of characters. And everyone else was an asshole. But, well, not really an asshole, but, like, a one-dimensional nerd stereotype was all of these people. You have the ditzy one, you have the rebellious one, you have the guy who doesn't look like he should be a nerd at all, but somehow is, and you have the asshole, whose dad is Stan Lee, which is weird. Yeah, they just show that his dad is Stan Lee. Okay, sure, whatever. Hey, it's a more subtle Stan Lee cameo in a superhero movie, I guess. Is this Marvel? Okay, like it was based on a Marvel comic book, and that's why Stan Lee is in here. Marvel did this. It really does not make a very good first impression on you when you first get in there. It starts off with some really hokey dialogue. Like, basically, the movie begins, and, like, the two characters, the younger kid who we're following and his older brother, they're talking, and the guy's like, "Come on, buddy, why don't you go off to college and make something of your life?" And the kid's like, "I can't, brother, you know that our parents died when I was 3 years old." There was a line that was pretty much like that. I'm like, what? And they do this for 20 minutes just with like, really expositional dialogue and just hokey moments, and basically the kid's like, "I gotta get into this college and change my life. I have a really cool futuristic inventional thing with me." Well, no, he builds a super cool futuristic invention thingy that eventually gets used by the villain, and he's like, "I'm gonna impress him, I'm gonna make something and get into this college," and then we go to college and we see that they already have, like, pretty fucking weird sci-fi stuff, like fucking lasers and anti-gravity and, like, all this shit. Like, it's weird, the parallels between this and Dumb and Dumber 2. In Dumb and Dumber 2, they're going to a science convention, and, like, he's judging, and Jeff Daniels is judging the science competition, and like, the kids who are up there are like, "I have this machine that can cure cancer." And you know, funny stuff happens with that, and there's, like, another guy who can end world hunger with his device. I'm like, that's what this feels like! It feels like a joke, but they weren't really treating it like a joke. They were treating it like, college! This is college! Everything is magical, and miracles happen here in San Francisco, the stupidest named town in the world. Right behind Chihuahua, Mexico, but oh god, this movie was so fucking annoying. What else is there to say? It was just annoying. Most of the way through the movie, I was very much annoyed. Come on, there was something. I gotta get to some good parts. Though this movie is very much plot-driven, which I think works to its downfall, there was one or two good character moments, and I mean it when I say character. There is only one who one character arc in this movie, which is our protagonist, which makes me wonder why the movie's called Big Hero 6 when it's entirely about this one guy and not about this made-up superhero team that kind of happens at the end. And just weird logic. I know it's a kid's movie and you're not supposed to think about these things, but try not to spoil anything. The villain is using a technology that he invented, like he stole it from the science fair he took it to, and he's using the technology that the kid invented in order to do all this stuff, right? If the kid invented it, why can't he stop it? Like, it's controlled by this specific headset. Why can't he build another one to override that one? Why can't he build these, crazy science fiction nanomachine things himself? Why is his instant, technique to take this bulbulous guy who's designed to, like, heal minor wounds and use him to take him down? Why? I don't get it. Oh, jeez. I know, I'm supposed to be suspension of disbelief, but that would just be smart, I think, especially with all this, like, weird made-up science stuff they have, like holograms and 3D printers that apparently print in, like, 20 seconds. Why is he not able to do this relatively simple thing in comparison to those? Why does the villain suddenly know how to do this so well? And he never showed any villainous tendencies beforehand, and there's kind of a twist partway through, but like, it doesn't make that much sense, and oh god, yeah, speaking of not making sense. In this movie, people die. Nope, I am wrong, person dies. They make it seem, they fake us out twice, that 2 people died off screen. God. Okay, basically, the reason... Oh, jeez. How do I do this without spoilers? There was basically a person there who they said was dead, and and this person was a motivation, like it was a driving force behind someone. And this person isn't dead. This person isn't dead at all. This person is miraculously alive through some made-up technobabble. And there this person is. Hooray. I don't see what that added to the story. About the only thing it accomplished was to create a little bit more dramatic tension at the end, which really wasn't there because, well, let's just say the person in danger, was never in any kind of danger, and they show this at the end. And if you had any kind of brain to you, you'd realize they weren't in any kind of danger. And it never built up the tension well. It never did many things well. It never did any jokes well. I was finding that weird. It's a kid's movie. Shouldn't there be some, like, jokes or something? Well, on a technical level, this movie does look nice. The animation works for it. And it doesn't say anything, like, harmful to kids other than, like, maybe misleading them on how awesome college is. Clue. Science laboratories in colleges do not look like that. At all. Okay? There you go. Oh, jeez. There was other things. It was just annoying. That is my final verdict. This movie was annoying. On a technical level, it's okay. You can take your kid to it, plop them down for 90 minutes, and then forget about it later. In fact, I did come up with an alternate title for this movie. Diet the Incredibles. Yep. If you think The Incredibles is too awesome a movie for you, take them to this thing so that way you can give up on animated superhero movies by Disney corporations. There you go. That's the only reason to see it, I guess. God, this movie stunk so bad. I could have gone to see Penguins of Madagascar, but Okay, I am not going to jinx that. Oh, I am sure Penguins of Madagascar is fine in its own way, but not necessarily better than this disappointing movie. Until next time, I am Glenn Dyer, and you have been watching A Dire Situation.